How are you guys doing
What is
today?
up, everyone? How
I,
is everyone today?
I hope everybody's having a great day. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everyone around the world. I am your favorite neighborhood beer bro, Krusty the Clown, and this is my co-host
Krusty the Clown!
and this is my
Oh, man.
co-host Sideshow Bob over here, and
Sideshow Bob.
we are coming
Oh,
at
my God.
we are coming at you live with episode 9 of the Hot Takes podcast.
9. We're on 9.
Yeah, we're
Hell yeah.
already at 9. Welcome to everybody in chat. I see all of y'all. Kelsey, how are you doing today? How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. So much better. Yeah, I wasn't here last week because, I wasn't even here last week. Unfortunately, just wasn't feeling well. Don't want to stream if don't want to do the podcast if I can't give it like 110, I can't give 110%, but I'm doing so much better. I'm doing well. How are you, Ken?
I'm all right. Besides the erratic storms that we keep getting here and the excessive people talking about this,
Oh,
just talking about bullshit at work. Other than that, I'm pretty good. I'm react frying my
that's
brain.
good then.
React frying my brain too as well.
Yeah, it's frying your brain, is it?
Yeah. I'm getting it though. Like because yesterday I built the Son Goku clock, like a digital clock.
Oh, really?
So it keeps up with like the actual real time over here.
Oh, really? You
Yeah.
gotta show that at some point.
Oh, definitely. Let me see. Can I do? Yeah, I actually posted it, but let me see if I could do like a quick screen share for you guys real quick. But we'll continue to talk while I figure this whole thing out. Holy crap.
Oh, yeah.
The technology, folks. Display capture.
Let me see. I need to.
Let me go here. I'm going to go to my Facebook real quick. Mr. Kennedy.
Let me see. We'll have let me see. Let me see.
Mr. Kennedy's family right there.
Let me just.
There we go. Right here.
Let me see.
I know it's probably blocking, so let me
Ooh.
let me move everything out of the way here. Let me
Oh, man.
take down your camera for a sec.
I don't want it to. I wish my thing could screen capture. You're gonna have to look at Ken's stream right now. We're just having a slight intermission. Having a slight intermission here.
Do you see how cool that Son Goku clock is right there? I mean,
yeah.
It took me a good like 5 hours to build it.
Really? It took you 5 hours. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you. Thank you.
Holy crap.
All right.
Intermission off, and we're back to the show. I hope everybody is.
Sorry about that. That's cool, though. All right.
I hope everybody's doing good today. If you're not having a good day, you can come here and you can take your mind off of everything that's going on in your life. Have a couple of laughs, because that's what we are here for.
Oh,
but
we are.
Let's get this going. First off, I'm going to talk about, give me just 1 second. I want to go back up here. Let's talk about Microsoft and their bullshit, their latest ice-capades, as I like to call them.
Ice-capades, let's go.
The ways to screw us over.
There's plenty.
Microsoft is selling Xbox free Xbox bundle on Amazon. Now, let me repeat that. Xbox free, which means you don't get a console.
Nope.
So what they're basically doing is they're bundling an Xbox controller with the Amazon Fire Stick. So they're hoping that that you'll be able to just plug the Fire Stick in and play their games digitally. Now, I can see why. I can see why they would have an option like that for people who can't afford to buy, a $600 console, but I don't see this working.
Well,
right.
all right. $600 console though. An Xbox is like, because I was reading about the same thing. I was thinking about that. Like an Xbox is only like you can get an Xbox secondhand because that thing's like $80, isn't it? I think it's $80. Comes with Game Pass. And like, but an Xbox, like you can get a Xbox secondhand for $80. You can get like the cheapest Xbox you can get new is like $300. Probably get it on sale. So like it's only $150 more.
That is true. I mean, you do have a lot of people that can't even afford that. That's, if you got your bills are tight and everything, you can't afford to pay for no console, And
True.
So I can see it as as like an extra path to be able to play Xbox games, but let us not forget about the Google Stadia and how that failed and flamed out.
Yeah.
And crashed into the ground. In other words, if you have an area where you have bad internet, bad connection, you're shit out of luck.
Yeah. Yeah, you're screwed. That's true. That's true, actually, because you don't really have the hardware, right? You have a Fire Stick. Like, yeah, and then it's just a bundle of their products. It's just a random bundle of their products otherwise, right? Because it moves units, and then you get the almighty Game Pass. Which like that to me, that's just Microsoft trying to move the Game Pass because you get a month of Game Pass free.
Yeah, I see that.
You get a month of Game Pass free.
They're bundling that. It's for like $80. You might as well say $80, but they're including a controller and Amazon Fire Stick and the Game Pass. Now, here's the problem that I have with that. I think Microsoft is testing the waters. Because you and I both know that they're going to use that as an excuse to increase the prices on the Game Pass to make people pay more.
Oh, they absolutely are. Absolutely are.
Like, well, you guys are...
Like, they 100% are.
They're like, well, you guys are digital? So we just think that you can get a little bit more bang for your buck if we make y'all pay $90 instead of the regular price that we already had y'all doing. And this is not going to
exactly.
work. This is not going to work, man.
Exactly. No, it's not.
Oh, man.
No, it's not.
But, they're sticking to their guns on it. So we'll just have to see how it goes. So if you can't afford an Xbox Series S, which is dirt cheap right now, I've seen it on sale. Brand new.
How much is it?
From the last over here at GameStop, it's like $199. US.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can get a whole ass Xbox.
Yeah, that's true. And a lot of these, because they're trying to get the hardware out of these stores. They're trying to get them. The Series S is the all digital version, so that one, of course, is going to be a little cheaper. Still a good console, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you said though, like if your power goes out, like good luck,
And if, like I said,
good luck.
If you got bad internet connection, like if you got CenturyLink, you out of luck. They are by far the worst internet provider I've ever seen in my life. I remember sitting there for like 10 minutes just trying to open an email.
Really?
And they charging $60 for that.
Yeah. Mine's pretty good actually for being rural. It's pretty good. It's just like if it gets really windy, like as soon as the weather hits, it's over. Like as soon as the weather hits, it's over.
That's pretty much what it's like, for like the Dish networks here, because we got, Spectrum and then we got Dish Network. And the service is great. But as soon as it storms, that satellite is going out. You out of luck. My
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
my internet that I have, and a lot of people crap on it. I don't know why, but I have the T-Mobile home internet. That thing is flawless.
It's flawless.
Yeah, like you see how I run everything. Like you see my playthroughs, not a single like messed up thing for the most part. I can run multiple
Yeah,
things.
it's true.
So it's like, I have that right over there and I own that. Like I basically just paid for it. It's mine.
It's yours. You got it. Yeah, I'm actually lucky. Like my internet was all right, but it's like included in my rent. So it's like I actually stream over Wi-Fi.
Do you really?
If you guys all want to, I stream over Wi-Fi. Yes, I do. Cause listen, all right. Here's the thing. Yeah, I stream over Wi-Fi. People actually don't believe that. People actually don't believe that. Cause what happened was like I stream and it was like fine, but like it would be on and off. But it was like okay, like I would get like 720p maybe, and I'd still drop frames, right? And there's nothing I can do. Like the router's on the other side of the house, and my landlady would like she'd come home every so often for work, and like the internet would shit out. She asked me, she's like, "Is the internet bad?" And I told her what was up. I'm like, "Yeah, like I just told her like, yeah, it's bad for streaming stuff." She upgraded it, and now yeah, I stream over Wi-Fi.
Yeah, she gave it
I'm in
a
the very back of the house too. Wi-Fi, like the Wi-Fi router's way up there. I know because I can get in there to reset it.
she gave it a
But yeah.
she gave it a super Saiyan boost, man. Like just blast
Oh
through the
yeah.
house. That's nice.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Internet is much better than it used to be. I mean, we remember the
Oh, so
days
much better.
where you had to get the mobile hotspot, and that thing was
Oh man,
garbage. Oh
so
my
bad.
god, that's like
So bad.
I think people use that for the Nintendo Switch these days.
Yeah, yeah, it was bad, like the hotspots and the routers. Like I've had fuck man, I can remember internet in the 90s. Like I
Hey,
can remember internet in the 90s. That was rough.
I see you there, Rana.
That was rough.
Welcome in, Ranny.
Yeah. What's up? What's up, everyone, by the way? What's everyone? What's up, Spike? What's up, Dante? What's up, Nostalgia? What's up, Low Girl? What's up, everyone? All
Yes,
right.
yes.
Anyway,
And we're gonna move on here
continuing on.
since we're on
Yeah, we gotta
the
continue. We're rambling.
since we're on the subject of Microsoft again. Let's talk about the Microsoft Xbox 360 stores are getting ready to close today. Exact. Today's the 29th.
Really?
Right?
Actually, today's the day.
Yeah.
Today's the day. It's over.
They
It's
are
all over, guys.
all the games for the Xbox 360, all the DLC, all the gaming tidbits, and all of that stuff will be officially closed down. And I didn't even know that it was still open, to be honest.
How old is it? How old is the
I
How
mean,
old is the 360 now?
the 360, you talking about going back to like 2008, 2009,
All right, yeah. All right. Yeah,
right around where the
all right.
the
All
PS3
right,
came out.
I just sprouted gray hair, but all right.
Yeah,
Fine.
we keep dating ourselves
Fine.
here, folks. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's fine.
I enjoyed the Xbox 360. It's funny because I'm not really an Xbox guy. It's just that the consoles that I got were cheaper than the Sony ones. So
Yeah.
the Xbox 360 was always like $100 cheaper than the PS5, and then when the Xbox One came
Oh, of
out,
course.
it was $100 cheaper.
Especially like probably like importing it too. Like probably the import fees too back in the day. Probably way worse. Like trying to get PlayStations and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm just like, I just stayed with Xbox until I went to PC finally a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah. I only had a PlayStation 2 and then like a PlayStation 3, but it's like the family consoles. And like we got them like years after they actually came out. So we weren't losing a whole bunch from that, you know what I mean? But
Mhm.
it was always and that's because we had a PC. Always had PC. You can't go back.
That is true.
Can't go back.
The Apple II computers, the Commodore 64, the
Yeah.
old days. They're shutting down all the games, but if you still have the movies and shows, you can still watch that. That's what they're saying. But pretty much anything gaming related on the Xbox 360 store is cut down. It's done.
It's gone.
Right
It's
there.
gone.
Right
That
there
sucks.
in their grave next to the Nintendo eShop for the 3DS.
Yeah, it's gone. Well, like I wonder how emulation for the Xbox is. It's like the PS3, like it's janky still. It's still kind of janky, I think.
They're still working on it. But it's like
Are they?
the same thing with like the PS3 and the PS4, like they're working on it, but it's it's hardware that's kind of hard to crack open, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's true. I mean, like not everything even runs properly still. Like I remember trying to emulate Paper Mario and even it still has issues sometimes.
Paper Mario, damn, there's a blast from the past.
Yeah. Oh man, I love that. I got my tonsils. No, not my tonsils. Or the other one, adenoids. I don't know what those are. They're like tonsils. I don't know what they are, the adenoids, but I had those and I was off from school for like a week and I had Paper Mario, got it rented. Like I ripped through that game. Love that game. Anyway.
Yeah.
Derailing.
Yeah, derailing is kind of our thing here.
That's all right.
But,
Yeah, it's all right. Anyway, yeah.
Since we're talking about dead stuff, Embracer Studios. Y'all remember me talking about that a while ago when they were the ones that did the last Alone in the Dark game. Well, they shut down that studio. That wasn't the last studio that they shut down because they also shut down Piranha Bytes, which I don't even know who the heck they are. Do you know who they are?
I don't know who they are, but I don't really think so. No, but that's still another one. It's another nail in the coffin, you know?
Yes, it's a German studio. It was founded in 1997, changed hands a number of times. Now, they did work with THQ, so that's something. THQ is another dead brand. That's another one that kind of hurts me because they used to have great games. But they don't really, other than Elix and Elix 2, I don't really know any games that these guys made. So I think they were just cutting the fat, just getting rid of studios that they don't even use anymore.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We gotta
They probably just shuffled them around for work anyways. Probably just shuffled them around for projects.
Yeah, they said that studio, and this is crazy, that studio has been moved around 15 times.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
That's crazy, really?
Yeah, they made the Gothic games and the Rising games. So I did hear about those two games, the RPGs.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I never really got the chance to play those, but I do know of them. It's like the little chibi RPG games that you see like on mobile and stuff, like where the characters look like little kids. Action turn-based RPGs. But
not really my thing.
It's kind of getting concerning because it looks like every time I pull up an article, there's another game studio being shut down, and I'm wondering
I know
if that's what the future is going to hold, is just a whole bunch of studios getting shut down and a bunch of mergers.
Oh, absolutely. Like it's gonna happen, like especially now that we're post pandemic. Like the profits are now like they have to make up the profit. I think that's a big thing that's happening is their numbers are no longer hitting what it was during those years, like they were peaking, and then I think now, yeah, they have to like maintain those numbers and keep them up, and I think they're closing a lot of things.
Yeah, it's actually quite scary. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that we will see a time where all the big three, like Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, will merge to become like one big company someday?
No.
You don't think Nintendo would be?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think Nintendo would be greedy enough to try to absorb the other two companies?
No. No. I think they do like licensing. Like I know they do license, like they already do trade with each other. I know that, but like I just feel like they're all too big of companies for every other company to take on. It's kind of like with Elon Musk taking on Twitter, like just hemorrhaging money. Just like
Yeah,
hemorrhaging money and everything. Like that's what I think would happen. And yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
X is downright awful now. I don't know what the hell Twitter X. Now that they're putting paywalls behind basic features that you already had for free. Now you got to pay for a lot of this stuff.
Oh,
You got to pay to have a longer message.
really?
They're starting to lock stuff behind the paywall.
Oh yeah. It's hemorrhaging money. It's hemorrhaging money then.
That's ridiculous. Anyways, though,
Yeah, hell no.
on to Capcom and the Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered.
Capcom.
I know a lot of people are excited about the Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered, and it's gonna be in 4K and 60 frames per second in the RE engine. So they're making it in the Resident Evil engine.
Yeah, it's in the Reach engine. It's in the Reach engine.
Yeah. So it's like I'm happy to see
Hell
that
no.
because I thought it was a dead brand.
It looks like a remake. It looks like a remake.
That
It looks more like a remake to me.
Isn't that pretty much what it is? It's like a remake of like the first one.
It's just, yeah, but it's just like called a remaster. But like there's a difference between a remake and a remaster to me. But it looks more like a remake.
Well, I'm just
I guess I'm being weird about that. I'm being weird about that.
oh, because I mean I know where you're going with it. Like I'm just getting kind of tired. Like, okay, Capcom, how many remakes and remasters are y'all gonna keep
That's
doing?
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, exactly.
Exactly. Now, now they're going towards that other side of the line. Y'all remember when I was talking about when Street Fighter 4 came out and Capcom just relied on releasing DLC for that one game and a bunch of costumes.
Yep.
That's how they kept their company afloat and just releasing the same game over and over again. Now they're kind of creeping back into that territory here with these remakes. All right, Capcom, enough.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a break for a little bit.
Yeah.
Let it breathe. Let it breathe.
Capcom goes Capcom goes in and out of its villain era. I've noticed, like, it goes from being like giving the fans what it wants to milking all of it for money to giving the fans what they want. Like they can easily, like, you'll see it soon. They're gonna easily begin, like, maybe they're even testing the waters with Dead Rising. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. See my personal thing is that they're using an updated version of the RE engine, but it's the REX engine. It's the Rex engine. We're gonna get a Dino Crisis remake. See?
See, I'm on the fence about that. While I would love to see a Dino Crisis remake, I'm just kind of tired of seeing that. Like, how many have we had? We've had
I know.
The Resident Evil 2 remake. We had the 3 remake. We had the 4 remake. They're doing this. A Dino Crisis is coming soon. Yeah. And then there'll be something else.
Yeah.
Like, they'll be like, oh, we're remaking the first Mega Man game that came out.
Yeah. And then, like, how many other games have been remade at this point? Like, Dead Space been remade. what else has been remade at this point? Alone in the Dark was remade, and it's just horror games.
Yeah.
Like, they need to calm down.
And they risk it not, the fans being pissed because, you sometimes you can't recreate that magic, You just have a game like the original Dead Space that came out, like they were firing on all cylinders with that.
Oh yeah.
So to remake a masterpiece like that, like that's a tall order.
It like a lot of people with the Dead Space remake, a lot of people like it's a joke, but people call it a copy and paste remake, which like it kind of I get that, like it is like a 1-to-1 remake, but like that's what a remake should be to me. It should just be a 1-to-1.
That's what a remake is.
And then yeah, I know, but like people were like some people call it a copy paste remake, which I think is stupid. Personally, I think it's stupid.
I wish people would make up their mind. Now, if they take a game and they remake it exactly the way that it was, people are complaining about that. But then if they change stuff, well, this game is not true to the original because they took this out or they took that out. If y'all make up y'all minds, man, seriously.
Yeah.
A remake and a remaster are two different things. A remaster, they can take liberties with the story and add and subtract things. A remake should just be exactly what the game was.
Yeah, exactly. But some of them like, oh man, like the Silent Hill remake. We're just not like getting into that, but
yeah, a lot of people nervous about that one.
Yeah. Anyway.
And they're saying that that it's fine-tuned for the interface and autosave functionality will be added to the game. In addition to the standard edition, Capcom is planning to release a digital deluxe edition with additional costumes and mall background music. This game will be coming out in November of this year. So if you're looking to pick up that game and you want to play some Dead Rising, because I thought that franchise was dead, pun intended. But they were supposed to do a Dead Rising 4, but the sales were so bad they just canceled it. I was like, well, damn. That's why they haven't done anything with it in years.
What was wrong with it?
The poor sales of 3. Like, just completely
killed it.
Destroyed any plans of having a 4th one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That
sucks.
It is.
So they're retrying it now.
Yeah, I mean, now is the time to do it since we're in the era of remakes.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess so, yes. When else are they going to get around to a game like this? And don't be surprised when you start seeing Max Payne and all of that stuff too. Being remade.
Oh yeah, it's going to be remade.
And there is no chance. I'm just going to squash people's dreams right now. There is no chance. This is EA that said it. There is no chance that there
got the EA hat on.
Yeah.
By the way,
I had to rock it.
Look at the EA hat.
Had to rock it. But they point blank said that there is no chance that they're going to make a Dead Space 2 remake. So all those people that are holding out for that or a Dead Space 3 remake, it's dead. It's done. It's over.
Yeah.
We don't need a remake for the 2 anyways.
It's gone.
Yes. But yes.
Yeah, it doesn't need a remake. Anyways.
Now we got to move into, because this one was funny to me. It's crazy how far people will go just to get money, just for monetization. Oh, yeah. Pretty far. We have a Twitch streamer here. It was a 20-year-old content creator on Twitch and YouTube that got trolled so badly by somebody. Somebody offered him. They offered him $2,500 to shave his head and shave his eyebrows on stream, and he did it. So he did all that stuff, and he was all happy and stuff. And then for the person to take the money back and donate $2.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, I looked at that and I was like, really, bro? Now,
Wow.
what a dick move that is by the donator to do that. But that's what happens when you're greedy like that. When you do things,
Well, yeah, and but like at the same time, like it's not even about being greedy. It's also like just stupid because I'm like, how did they have it donated to them? I'm guessing that they didn't actually have it donated through Twitch. Like it wasn't bits or subs. I'm guessing that because like those are really hard to charge back. Sorry, I'm just wondering because
I think
that's really hard to charge back.
I
If
think
they
he,
did it through like PayPal.
yeah, I think they probably did like, cause you know how some streams have like the donate button.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That donate button. Like what people don't realize is like it's like if you have that donate button and you have it for like PayPal or whatever, like people can charge that back way easier than they can charge back something with Twitch because PayPal's gonna favor the person that paid. But you also have to pay a fee. You have to pay a chargeback fee too. So I've seen people get trolled. Sorry, I hate to cut in, Ken. This is just something I know about donation trolls. Is I've seen people donate like I shouldn't actually even say this. This is like diabolical. You'll get banned. You'll get banned, but like I'm sure. But like I've seen people donate like 1 cent to streamers and then just like charge it back and the person gets like loses money. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
I mean, that's a dick move to do, man. It's just, I
Yeah.
feel kind of bad for the kid, but then, the other side of me is just laughing my ass off because it's like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
I never do anything other than work. I never do anything for the money.
No. No.
And
No.
it says
Exactly.
says Fortnite Twitch streamer shaved his head, and I'm sorry, I said
Oh,
I said it was $2, but it was $1 that they
oh,
donated later.
$1. It's even worse.
Lacey is a 20-year-old content creator on Twitch and YouTube. He started planning uploads back in 2020. He
Years
has
old.
900,000 subscribers. Jesus Christ. Yep. Wow. And it says that
Man.
a random guy popped up in the stream and said that I would donate $2,500 if you shave your head bald and shave your eyebrows and you look like a freshly circumcised dick.
Oh my God. Good God. Oh God, gross. Yeah, like man, that you know what, but that's like what a 20-year-old would do. Especially a 20-year-old who's probably like making mad money in like donations, like legit donations. And I'm guessing to a 20-year-old, like $2,500 probably seems like a lot of money to a 20-year-old.
Yeah, but to a 40-year-old man, that ain't nothing. You could burn that in a week.
Yeah, I know. To me, I'm like thinking about what I can pay off, like what I can, I'm like thinking here, what can I save? But yeah, 25. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I can only imagine like the look on, and that happens to a lot of streamers. I've seen that happen a lot where, people come in and they're like, "Oh, if you win this game in Fortnite, I'll donate this to you." They win the game.
Yeah,
and then,
exactly.
The person all of a sudden deletes their account. So
or just like leaves or whatever. Yeah, I know. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Like, don't try and bribe people.
Yeah.
Like, it's bribing people for something.
And it's like, donations is a it's like a privilege. So it's like if I use some of my money on you, it's because I enjoy your stuff. I'm not trying to get you to do stupid shit.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Like, so like at the end of the day, someone's still like entertaining you. They're filling your time. They're like you're enjoying yourself, so like you want to like compensate them in some way. So like you can subscribe, you can cheer, you can do all that. Like that's just how Twitch works, right? But like when someone comes in that you don't know and they're offering you like $2,500. Like that's the same thing. Like apply it to real life. Like
That's
someone comes up to you in the street, has no money on them, and says, "I'll shave your head for $2,500."
that's true, but you would think that they would pick up on that. Like when something sounds too
No.
good to be true, it's too good to be true.
Yeah, I
Yo.
know, and that's why scams all look stupid. That's why like spam email and scam emails, like they all have like typos and they're all written weird because like they only want the stupid people. They
Yeah.
only want the stupid people to fall for it, right? So
Yeah, that's true, and it's bad though. And it's
yeah.
like, yeah, people got to be more careful with that stuff because you got that happens to a lot of girl streamers too. Like you got these guys coming in here, and not to sound vulgar and stuff, but these guys come in here, I'll pay you this amount of money if you show your feed or something like that. You know?
Oh yeah, I know. It's so creepy. It's so creepy. Like I've never had it happen, but like I know like some dudes say like such creepy things. Like I'm so lucky I've never been lurked on. But like I know like oh god, the things some people will say is like disgusting.
Yeah,
Like it's so creepy.
but we're also both you and I are old enough to be able to spot, bullshit when we see it. So it's like,
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
I know a troll when I see one. I know a fake streamer when I see one. They pop in, hey, blah blah blah. You know the syntax, like the text that they're gonna
Yeah.
put. So I'm like, yeah, that guy's fake.
Oh,
Bad.
exactly. Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, and you can tell like with scammers, like they all like follow the same script, right? So
Yeah. So it feels bad. Anyways, though, let's
yeah.
move on
Anyway,
here.
yeah,
Because we had a lot of controversial topics that
yeah,
we got
we got
to
a lot
dive
to
into.
talk about here today.
And we'll start with the new Assassin's Creed game that's coming out. And remember in the last show that I was talking about people in the Stellar Blade, catastrophe with people
yes.
being butthurt over the fact that they couldn't see virtual titties. This one is almost just as bad because the amount of stupidity that I saw on Twitter and stuff, people who don't know shit about Japanese history.
Oh yeah.
They're coming out here. You got people that are actually mad because you have a samurai in there, Yasuke, who was a samurai who was African American. Like, not African American.
Who actually existed.
He was African. He actually existed. And he also worked with Oda Nobunaga, which is one of the most known samurai, out there, in Japanese history. But you had a lot of people who don't know that because their brain is the size of a peanut. And
oh, I see what people are thinking. Okay.
They're like,
continue.
You had a lot of people complain, well, how are you going to have a game that's set in Japan that doesn't have a Japanese protagonist? So, and I'm like, you do know that Yasuke is a legendary samurai. You do know that he actually existed.
Yeah, exactly. You know he actually existed in a historical game. You know he actually existed, right? Okay, now I've clued into what people are thinking. People are thinking that, like, okay, I'm going to, yeah, okay, man, like,
and it's just, it's embarrassing. Like I said, you can't, there's some things that you just can't defend. When people say that gamers are brain dead,
no,
you see shit like this.
This is one of them. This is one of them.
You had like thousands of fans attacking Ubisoft. Ubisoft Japan, it's like, how are you going to have an Assassin's Creed game in Japan but not have a Japanese male as the protagonist? That's stupid, one idiot said. And I'm like, do you read books? Do you know anything?
Do you read books? Do you read books? Do you know history, right? I think it's a really cool premise. Right? Like if like I can see what people think. They just randomly think like, oh great, they just randomly made him black just for like their woke points or whatever. But yeah, these people don't even think about it. Yeah, gamers are absolute idiots because like I already knew what they were referencing in it, right? I already knew what they were referencing, which is amazing because I don't know shit about Japanese history. Like you do, but I don't know shit about Japanese history, but you do. And that was like amazing to me that people are like getting like ass pained over that.
People get butthurt for everything these days. Like they
Oh, they do.
they
They
really
do.
do. I'm like, these are stories of legendary figures. Like, it's just a
Yeah.
game. What are y'all getting so butthurt about? That's what I'm trying to say. I'm like, he's in the history books. You can actually look him up and read up on him. Now, the female character, she's fictional. So
She's fictional.
Yeah, she's not real. They just kind of, made her up, which is fine. But Oda Nobunaga, like, come on now. Like, read up on that guy and how he was pretty much a shogun, basically. Like, everybody worked for him in that era. You either against him or with him.
Really?
I read a lot of, like, thanks to a lot of anime shows.
Yeah. You learn a lot of history and stuff. That's cool. I just get cut in here actually because hey James, but James has a comment here that says, I know a professor who teaches digital history at Stanford, and Assassin's Creed is a franchise they use in their classes because of their historical influences. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, because, like I said, they're using real Japanese lore and Asian culture, and it's just one of the things that bugs me about America is how close-minded we are. Like
I know.
We never want to learn about other cultures, and then when you do, like for me, like I like to read all the time. I read books on different things.
I love reading too.
But you can't talk about any of that stuff without somebody attacking you, telling me, oh, you're such a weeb, man. Why don't you just go be Japanese if you want to? I'm like, I have to be Japanese to know about Japanese culture. Like, what kind of bullshit is that?
It's actually really funny. This is kind of an aside, but I always joke that I'm a Louisa Boo because I really like Louisiana. But I like it for its aesthetic in gothic horror and how much it's in like different, you know what I mean? Like how it's in different horror and like how versatile it is. But like that's the exact same thing. Like I always joke to myself like I'm a Louisa Boo because like I'll just randomly start thinking about like Louisiana and like look, one day it's gonna happen, all right? I'm gonna travel to Louisiana. See, and that's why I'm a Louisa Boo. See, I'm saying that's why I'm a Louisa Boo. I'm like, one day I'm gonna travel to Louisiana.
You're gonna get that good old Louisiana fried chicken and the seafood that's legendary there.
Oh yeah. Oh man, yeah. The food, oh man, like the amount I will eat. Yeah. That's the dream.
Yeah, and you had.
Anyways, continue. Sorry.
You had one brother out there, and I commend him because he's actually educated. He's like, "Hi there, Trey Watson here." He's a BA in Asian Studies and focuses on Japanese history. Retainers, like that's what he was. Yasuke, he was a retainer, which is still a samurai. It's just like a samurai for hire on the lower level. He said Yasuke was favored by Oda Nobunaga, and he worked with Nobunaga's son. And I'm like, okay, so this guy is smart. He's got it. He's like, cope harder. He's like, go touch grass. Yeah. Get the stick out of your ass.
Go touch grass. Go touch grass.
Go take some preparation H and get the butt hurt and let's get it gone. Get it going.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting and it's very unique in a historical sense.
It's just
like they could have picked so many other things, but like that's very significant. I
laugh at people because I'm like between the Stellar Blade stuff and this, I really think that people are just they need medication. Like I'm sorry, like they
need meds. They need a little bit of Valium.
Like if
you take some Valium, folks.
Yeah, just mellow out. Listen to a Drake CD. Now there's a guy that sounds like he's on infinite Ritalin all the time. He sounds like he's so bored.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, let it go. It's just a game. It's a game loosely translated on a Japanese figure. Just play the game and enjoy it. Shut the hell up.
Exactly.
You know, we got way more serious things going on out in the world for people to be pissed off about a video game character. And
Yeah.
do yourself a favor in closing here. Do yourself a favor. Go to a damn library. Go get some damn
Go to
books
damn library.
and
Read a book.
go read before you get up
Read a book.
before you get up on the internet and start spewing bullshit and you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Because then you look
Read.
stupid and then you want to turtle up like a little turtle and feel like I'm the victim when people make you look stupid.
Exactly. Read a damn book.
Just damn. Like I don't
read a damn book.
You know, everything that we talk about on here, I actually read it. You read it. Like we send each other articles, we read up on it.
Yeah.
So that we got our knowledge up to date. You
yeah.
know?
I like the news. I like being informed. There's nothing wrong with being informed. And I feel like, okay, the way that I think about it with like opinions and things like that is people who don't like being informed, they get upset when they're presented with knowledge that offends them based on like whatever it like offends them. Whereas like I like being informed, I like reading news and stuff. Like I'm going to read about things that offend me. But that's just like news. Like I'm not going to be like, "Oh my god, like you know, like this happened and now this is like the end of the world and da da da." I'm like, no, I'm reading the news. Like, I'm like, this happened. I just want to be informed in what's happening.
And actually, I mean, to add on to that, I'm not going to hide behind how bad history was of all of these countries. Everybody's got their dirt.
No.
And this is why, you know, we talked about this before about, you know, them limiting what the teachers can teach these kids in schools. We talked about that. And I'm like, you're just basically whitewashing and just saying, oh, you want to tell the kids all the good stuff, but not the bad stuff.
No.
I'm like, yes, America was stolen from the Native Americans. It is what it is. Like we literally have holidays that celebrated that. Columbus Day, this guy came over here and slaughtered all of the Native Americans over here.
Yeah.
And we had a holiday that celebrated this guy. Thanksgiving, which is Thanksgiving is basically a troll holiday. Thank you for letting us kill all your people.
Troll holiday, I know.
And pillage all your women. I know. And take your land.
Oh yeah, go like you can pick out anything in history. Look at Genghis Khan. Look at Mongolia's rule. You know, like just things like that. Like that was crazy. Can go into history. You can look at any like huge war, especially the ones that occurred in like the last like 200 years, especially like crazy shit happened, but like you should just accept it and learn from that. Like you shouldn't be screaming about it. Like you shouldn't let it have such a grip on you that you personally feel like other people are responsible for that now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's funny that you say that because there's, you know, me as a black man, you know where I'm going with it. I was never a slave ever in my life. None of these people, my generation, were ever slaves in their life. And it burns me to hear people say, well, they enslaved us and they did this to us. I'm like, us? I'm like, they did that to our ancestors.
Who's us? Well, yeah, exactly. And it's like us, like who's us? And that's the other thing. That's actually something that has come up in Canada. And a funny thing is in Canada, you can say to someone, like you can point out like someone's crime, like something that someone has done in the past, and someone will look at you and be like, do you actually know where I'm from? And it'll be like whatever atrocity you're talking about, that part, like that's racist in itself, is it not?
Yeah,
it's not racist in itself.
And it's really annoying when people do that because it's like you can't make somebody's lineage pay for what their ancestors did. That's the thing that burns me. I've never been a slave in my life. Like I'm free to do whatever I see fit. If I want to go out there and, you know, do the Macarena in the middle of the street out there, you know,
Macarena.
I can do that. Yo, I'm not chained up
Yeah.
nowhere. I'm not in the bottom of no boat or anything like that. And it's like, people are just funny with that stuff. I'm like just offended over everything.
Yeah, exactly. What is it? The sins of the son are not, or the sins of the father are not the sins of the son. I think that is, and I think that used to actually. Whoops! I think that actually used to be a thing, wasn't it? Like you could be sentenced to like some punishment that like your would persist through your family. I think it was.
Yeah,
And I think we got rid of that.
If that shit was going on now, everybody would be dead. Like everybody would be
Oh
dead.
yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly.
They'd be like, your daughter.
Exactly. At this point,
They'd be like, your daughter does OnlyFans, your whole family dies.
your whole family dies, right? Like we'd be getting DNA tests. we'd be lining it up, and you just gotta hope to God that you come out
like, please let her just be doing cooking shows on the site. Please just let her be doing cooking shows on the site.
Yeah, right. Oh man.
But I just wish people would mellow out. Because it's like.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, since we're into the whole controversial stuff, let's talk about this douchebag here. This man that was accused of preying on an 11-year-old girl while playing Roblox.
Oh God.
That made me sick.
Ugh.
And this is why
it's gross.
This is why parents need to pay more attention to what their kids are doing, especially if your kid is not even a teenager yet.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Do they ever?
It says this took place last year, like not even a year ago, because it's not even September yet. It said approximately 6:45 a.m. on September 10th, 2023, members of the Wayne Police Department responded to an area of a U.S. Route 46-year-old Turnpike Road in Wayne, New Jersey, on a missing 11-year-old child.
Oh God.
And I'm like, a little girl that doesn't know better, doesn't know any better. She was just playing video games. And you have this guy who's 26 years old. I'm not even going to mention the dude's name because, fuck him.
No. Fuck him.
This guy preyed on this young girl, playing games with her online, and then he found out where she lived and allegedly kidnapped her. And nobody's seen her since. I don't know if they found her yet.
She's gone.
I don't know if they found her.
Oh my God.
Because I was looking at updates and stuff. I don't know if they actually found her.
That's so sad.
If she's even alive.
That's so sad. Yeah, the death penalty is too good for these people. And yeah, like that's man, like it's the same, but it's different these days. Like when I was growing up, like I had access to the internet and a computer very young, very young, because like we just had one very young. Like I grew up in the 90s, so I actually have a different perspective of being young on the internet. When I was young on the internet, like there were no phones. You had the family computer sat out in front of everyone, and you only knew like 3 or 4 websites, and you would just like open it up and you type in those websites. Like I'd go in, I'd play, or like I'd have video games, but like maybe like computer games, but like I'd go on, I'd be like 6 or 7, I'd go play Neopets. Those things had message boards, and those things had like you could send messages and stuff. They had Haley remembers. Okay. Like but if your parents signed you up, you literally back in the day, I can remember this, you actually had to I was not old enough to make to make an account. My parents made one. And like I was under 13, and it banned you from talking on the message boards, and like it banned you from doing a bunch of other things unless your parents faxed them a permission slip.
Yeah, I mean,
but like that was what you had to get through to talk to kids.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like things were a little more tighter than like I don't think a lot of parents keep an
Yeah.
eye on their kids like they used to. They just sit a phone in front of them and just say, "Leave me the hell alone." You
Yep.
know, come to me when you're hungry. Basically that's it.
Yep.
And it's like the fact that this guy was able to do that. It says that he literally met with this 11-year-old girl while playing the game. He transported her from her house without her consent because she's an 11-year-old girl. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
I know. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I can see it though, like for Roblox, like it looks like it's for kids. Like it's so easy. Like it looks like it's for kids, and like parents might not even know that you can chat on it and stuff.
It is
Parents
made for
might not
kids.
even know that.
Games like
Yeah,
that
like
and
it
and
is.
and Minecraft and stuff like that. That stuff is breeding grounds for perverts like this because they know
Oh yeah,
mostly kids play this stuff.
exactly, exactly.
And it's dangerous out here. I mean, you got this is just one example of that happening out here.
Yep, exactly.
And you got like I read some stories on girls. Like you have these girls that will go on here and finesse these guys, and then they think, okay, cool, we'll meet up, and then the girl freaking robs them blind.
Oh yeah.
Robs them blind at
Oh yeah.
gunpoint. I mean,
Or like they get out, or it turns out like the girls get they get captured and pimped out.
yes,
Like the dude, like boyfriend, what is it? Boyfriend pimps. They'll like pretend to like, shower these girls with like money and like affection, and then they meet up with these dudes and they get pimped out. Like it's crazy.
yeah, they got on a side note, they have a website like that where you have these college girls. In order to pay for college, they go and meet up with these old men. In exchange for them to pay for their college and all of that stuff.
Oh well, whatever sugar babies and sugar daddies do, I don't really care about that so much. Do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, well,
Do whatever. Sure.
when you
Do whatever you want to do there, but
you open yourself up for a can of worms when you do stupid stuff
oh yeah.
like that.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna comment on when people do it without harm, but yeah, you open yourself up to being pimped out, and it's don't do it.
And the thing
Don't do
is,
it.
the fact that a Roblox spokesperson had to come out and actually talk about this because, of course, people are blaming them. And I'm like,
Oh yeah, obviously.
I'm like, how are you gonna blame them? I'm like,
Yeah, exactly.
They really had nothing to do with that. All they did was just put out a game. That's it.
Yeah.
And you have parents jumping on them, and they had to come out and say, we reached out to law enforcement and offering our help. We're tirelessly trying to prevent grooming on our platforms. And sorry,
Sure.
the motorcycle guy outside again. I don't know
That's
if you can
okay.
hear that.
You're good.
But they're trying to help the police find this girl, and they're trying to tighten up on their security and stuff. And this is why I think that what they need to do is like when they have these games, they need to have age groups. You know what I mean? Like if you're under 18, then you put those kids in those games.
But it's hard to enforce. It's hard to enforce.
That is true. But that would help a lot. Like if you're over 18, then you play with adults.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. You can only do so much. Just watch your damn kids.
That's true. Watch what the hell
Watch your
they're
damn
doing.
kids.
Watch what the hell they are doing, man, because you don't know who these kids could be talking to, because they can be thinking they're talking to someone their own age, another kid, and it'd be some 45-year-old perv that they're talking to.
Oh yeah, exactly. You never know. You literally never know who you're talking to on the internet.
I'm gonna keep up with this one. I'm gonna keep up with this one because I want to see if they find this girl.
Yeah, let me know. Like, keep us updated if they do.
Definitely. On to more controversial things, and this kind of makes me feel embarrassed.
Makes you feel embarrassed? All right.
As a black man, this makes me feel embarrassed. We have a per the Daily Mail, we have a woke lead designer for the Black Panther video game. She admits
Oh,
that
this.
she admits that she does not hire white people because they're hard to work with, and she wanted to create a safe environment. Let me repeat that. A black lead designer and woke. That's all I need to hear, because I knew it's going to be some
Woke is all you need to hear, I know.
foolish bullshit. She doesn't hire white people because they're hard to work with, and she wanted to create a safe environment. That's racist. That's the very.
I was going to say in an attempt to work around racism or eliminate racism or whatever, we have now become racist again. Good to know.
Yeah.
Is that what woke has become?
To all my people saying that black people can't be racist, you're full of shit. Because
Everyone can be racist.
Because the very definition of racism is prejudice against someone specifically because the color of their skin. Period.
Oh yeah. Racism is alive and well, folks. Go to any other part of the world that's not like, the tiny little bubble. Like,
and,
yeah.
It's just it's really bad that we're still in the middle of this stuff.
I know.
Her name is Validate. Well, not her name, but the team that they have is Validate. You said that the Validate team has people of all colors. We have no white people on our team, she shared during a Game Devs Color Expo. I did that because I wanted to create a safe environment, and I know the best way for my environment to be safe is to have people around that are just like me. This is her
That's
words.
Racist.
It is. It's prejudice.
That's so racist. That's so damn racist. Like, what the fuck? You just get up there and you announce that? Like,
and
man.
And then she tried to walk it back, as a lot of people do. She added, she's like, I'm not saying white people are creating unsafe environments, but you just said that. You just said.
Well, yeah, you just said that. Yeah. Like, it's like to me, like, it's one thing if, like, say I made a gaming hobby club, and I was like, no men allowed. No men. I'm allowed to do that. I'm allowed to start a hobby group and not allow men there. All right? Like, that's okay. But the minute that I start a game development company and I go, no men allowed, like, that's sexism, right? Like, it's the same thing. Like, it's perfectly fine to include your own group, but it's the minute that, like, yeah, you start doing something that's like a company, hiring things, like, yeah.
Yeah, it's really sad, and she tried to walk that stuff back. She's like, I'm not saying that white people create unsafe environments. I'm saying it's hard to work with white people because sometimes they think something is okay, but it's actually a microaggression. And no one wants to deal with that.
Microaggression. This is terminally woke. I know it's itchy. Microaggression, terminally woke.
And you look at a picture, it's exactly what you think a woke person would look like. The septum piercing in their nose.
Oh yeah, she's got it all. She's full woke.
And I'm just like,
oh God.
How are you gonna contradict yourself in the very same statement? Like, you literally just said there, it's right there. You can't go back and be like, walk it back. She said, I created a safe environment for people like me. That's racist.
Yep.
And then go in the same conversation. I'm not saying white people create an unsafe environment. Yes, you just did.
Yeah, I know. You literally just did. You just did.
So now you make yourself look stupid, and this is why y'all can't keep letting people on these shows, man. Not everybody needs to have their voices heard.
Exactly. Like, yeah. And it's always the dumbest people that yell the loudest.
Yes, it's embarrassing, and it's like, I'll tell y'all a quick story. My father taught us, both my brother and I, he taught us that, there is no color. We got friends of all colors,
Yeah.
all creeds. He said, I don't care what color your wife is, as long as she does good by you. But
Yeah.
when I was working security, I was working security in an apartment over there on East Colonial over here in Orlando. And I remember I was walking through, because you have to do the walking patrols, and I had a guy, it's like a group of dudes come up and ask me, they were on the subject of interracial marriage.
Yeah.
And he asked me, he's like, would you marry a white woman? I said, yeah, if she's good to me and she loves me, she treats me right. He couldn't comprehend it. You would lay down with a white woman? This is his words.
Really?
You would lay down with a white woman? I said, and I repeat, get the Tootsie Roll out of your ears. If she's good to me and I love her, yes, I would. And he just went on this whole tirade, and it was embarrassing. He's like, you would lay down and make kids with a white woman? He's like, he's like, I think that's disgusting. And I'm like, when I hear my own people say that black people can't be racist, I see shit like this. I'm like, this bullshit.
Yep. Everyone can be racist. Like, absolutely, everyone can be racist. Like, but yeah, I think it's just like, I think it's one of those things. It's the same when, like, gosh, I'll betray my own feminism, but when people say, like, you know, like, men are dangerous, but then it's like, but men are dangerous. You know, like, people don't say women aren't dangerous. People just say men are dangerous. You know what I mean?
All you got to do
is... Like, they don't deny it. They just say it enough that, like, people believe that the opposite is also true.
All you got to do is check the suicide rate. In America, it's the highest among men, and a lot of those guys are are fathers who either took their own life because they don't know where their kids are. That's a woman doing that. These guys who have had half of their assets taken away and now they went from living in a big house to living in a small apartment. That's women doing that.
Yeah.
You know,
See what I think people understand is, like, men are more prone to hurting you physically and women are more prone to hurting you emotionally and, like, mentally.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, it's bad.
People don't want to accept it.
You got bad people in both groups. I don't like. Did you see that thing when they were talking about? They were going around asking women, "Would you rather live in the woods with a man or with a bear?" And they all said a bear. But I said, "Well, who's gonna?"
I'd say a bear.
I'm like, who's gonna protect you from that bear when it attacks you?
I already know how to escape a bear, though. You
do, because you probably have a freaking combat knife over there.
No.
You probably put it in your teeth and be like, let's rumble, let's go.
No, but anyways, this is going to get into a heated debate.
That's fine.
Once we brought up the bear thing, let's continue.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all this woman said.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the only reason why she can get away with saying this stuff is because, and I mean no disrespect, it's because it's a lady. Because if that was a guy that said that, if that was me, if that was Mr. Kennedy up here saying, I don't hire white people, I don't work with white people, my ass would be in jail right now. They come knocking on the door, like, hey, yo, get up. I know you're streaming. It's time for your ass to go to jail. But she's able to get away with that. People have just
been brainwashed enough.
And it's
exactly.
Bad, man. Bad. What was you going to say? Because you said heated debate. Every time you say
nothing. Let's just continue, because...
Every time you say it's going to be a heated debate, it always ends up with me agreeing with something you say.
No, I know. It's just like, I'm just, like, preventing it from derailing. That's all.
I get you. And we got one more here. Now, this one is not one more, but we got another topic, controversial topic here. I didn't know anything about this until you sent it to me. The whole thing about the man who sent 39 bomb threats to Nintendo.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Holy crap, people got a lot of time on their hands.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know.
It says, and he only got sentenced to 1 year in jail. Really?
Yeah.
I've seen people that
Oh,
get
I know.
I've seen people that get weed charges that go to jail longer than that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. People with ROM sites, people who do ROM sites,
Yeah, a lot of them go to
they get
jail.
worse.
They go to jail 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
Do you
Yeah,
see what he was writing on it?
I'm currently looking at the site right now.
He's like, we'll make you regret releasing such a crappy game.
Oh my God.
And he's like, I'll kill everyone involved. Be careful at events with an audience. Yeah, I think he's on like six. I think he's on a suspended sentence though. I think he's actually on a 6-year sentence, but I think he's serving one. And then like I think if he gets off on good behavior, I think it's a 6-year suspended sentence. So as long as he doesn't do anything else, he'll be fine.
Yeah,
If he does, he's going to do full 6 years.
this literally happened a couple of months ago. It says that the Kyoto District Court sentenced 27-year-old city employee from Hitachi City. It says sending them to prison for sending letters to Nintendo, which led to a cancellation of a gaming event.
Right?
Holy crap.
That's what I'm saying.
And this is all over a game? Will make you regret.
Yep.
Will make you regret releasing such a crappy game. I'll kill everyone involved. A total of 39 times he sent that.
Yep. Yeah, he was. Yep.
Now that guy he don't need to go to jail. They need to put that guy in a padded room, man.
Yeah, I know. The guy needs help. He really does, but it's Japan, so I don't think he will get any help.
Yeah, the judge says that the motive was selfish, fueled by frustrations with online game battles, and carried out to relieve stress.
God.
And I said, it's that story that we were talking about last time.
Oh yeah, the dudes attack each other.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say it again. If you get so upset that you are gonna threaten someone, you're gonna physically harm somebody, do not play video games. Go check yourself into a mental institute and stay away from society. Yeah. Because this is
if you're like
ridiculous.
Super prone to anger, like stop.
This is ridiculous, man. I don't understand people. And he's just gonna get out and do this stuff again. I'm like, really? I'm like, number one, Nintendo, I don't even remember 39 Nintendo games that actually suck.
No.
Not this year because they didn't release no 39 games. So
no, exactly. He probably has like a historical list.
Yeah, I mean they're taking it more seriously because they actually had an attack at Kyoto Animation Studios 1. This was July 18, 2019, and the attack killed 36 people and injured 34.
Good God.
And I'm like, damn, it kind of makes you not want to talk to people and not want to engage with people because that stuff is going on out here.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Like that's how I feel. Like I really stay away from like multiplayer games anyways now because like people are so hostile on them.
Yeah, I have to freaking worry about somebody showing up here after a game of Dead by Daylight and trying to beat the crap out of me with a hammer.
Oh, I've heard Dead by Daylight is kind of insane.
Well, if you ever see me on the news, it's because I did this exact action. If somebody shows up here trying to beat me with a hammer, I'm going to throw them through the window.
All right.
So when
cool. Justified.
So when you see that, well, somebody must have came to his house.
Yep.
It's like, I guess.
Yep, that's fine.
But yeah, people be very careful with this stuff, man. Like,
yes,
it's getting out of hand. Dudes attacking people, choking kids, and freaking sending out death threats and stuff. Look, I hate Resident Evil 5, but I'm not gonna freaking send death threats to Capcom.
Exactly.
but I will
Uh, uh, uh,
but I will release a video of me smashing Resident Evil 5 copies with a sledgehammer
yeah.
in slow motion with Twisted Sister playing in the background. You're gonna burn
Oh,
in
that'd be
hell.
perfect.
And I'll get like one of them.
Guys, donate him. Donate him CDs.
I get one of them blonde wigs that flows in the air, and I have like a giant fan blowing the hair. Hey,
Oh my
all
god.
you hear is "Hear no evil, don't you see no evil." I hate
Oh
you.
my god. Oh my god. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it, Ken. I'm ready for it.
Oh man, yeah, I need to get outside more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's all right. You're fine.
and since we're on the subject of Capcom, let's talk about Resident Evil 7 bombing on iOS
Yes.
on the iPhone 15, which we kind of saw that coming. 2,000 copies.
Yeah, 2,000 copies is rough.
Like, I mean, and it's crazy because I actually got to look at the game and it actually looks really good. It looks really good.
Oh, really? You actually checked it out, really?
Yeah, it looks really good. I had side by PC and the consoles. It actually plays very well. But it's a
Really?
it's a mobile game. You know, and
Yeah.
it says that Resident Evil 7 has been seen as it's been seen. I'm sorry, read Kennedy. Resident Evil 7 has seen a lackluster performance on iOS, with reports indicating fewer than 2,000 purchases since July, since it was released. It said it generated a revenue of
That's crazy.
$28,140, despite being over 80.
That's
I'm sorry, go
pretty
ahead.
all right. How much did it cost? Do you know how much it costs?
I could look
Can't
it
be
up
more
real quick.
than like $20.
I could
Can't
look
be
it up.
more than $20.
RE7. Give me just 1 second. Price on iPhone. It would be crazy if they sold that junk for full price, man. It's only $7.
Yeah, how much is it?
It's only $8.
It's only $8. All right.
You know, now I can kind of see why. You know, you have a lot of people who probably already own this game on console or PC. A lot of people don't really want to
Yeah.
go back and play the same game again on a smaller screen, on a phone that's probably going to burn a hole through their thigh. Because,
Oh, right. Yeah.
you know, and you have a lot of people surprised that don't like iPhones. They hate Apple.
Me. I don't like iPhones.
Yeah.
I can't customize them the way I can customize my Android.
That is true. And it's like, you know, a lot of people, they just don't want to go back. It's just like when they came out with Dragon Ball Z Kai, just for an example. They already had the original Dragon Ball from 1986 they had the original Dragon Ball in 1986, then they had Dragon Ball Z 1989. When they came out with Kai, it was basically just retelling the Z story again, just with a much better script. That's the only reason why I like it.
Yeah.
It's actually
It's just better, yeah.
true to the manga. But you know, nobody wants to play Resident Evil 7 again. Like it's done.
No.
And it's
Well, yeah.
it's probably going to be the same way for the Resident Evil 2 remake. As great as that game is, a lot of people already have it and already played it, beat it, and moved on.
And 4 is on iPhone, isn't it? 4 is on iPhone.
Is it?
I think.
I believe.
I think it is.
Because the only ones that I heard was 7 and yeah, I think maybe it is. Let me see. Resident Evil.
Yeah, it is. That's
4
what people in
remake.
chat are saying it is.
And I wonder how that did. Yeah, it is on iPhone.
Probably better.
I completely forgot.
Well, like, but one's a third-person game and one's first-person.
That is true. I mean, well, yeah, you're right on that. And
That's a huge difference.
yeah, that is true. And it sold Resident Evil 4 on there. It sold 7 million copies on mobile.
iPhone. Told
Yeah,
you.
on the iOS, 7 million copies as of
So
December.
that's why it was a huge bomb. All right. That's why it was like a significant bomb then.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm wrong. When it comes to the price on the iOS, they sold Resident Evil 7 for $20.
Really?
Yeah,
$20.
$20 on iOS. It can be purchased at a lower price on the PS4. Like you can get. That's another thing. Like
Yeah.
on Steam alone, like these games are like $8. Sometimes Capcom has these yearly.
Oh yeah.
They have these sales all the time. Why are you gonna
Oh
pay?
yeah.
Why is somebody gonna go and pay over $1,000 for an iPhone 15 and then buy this game for $20 just to be
Play
able
this
to
game
play
and
it,
play it on it.
or to play
That's what I'm saying.
or to buy
Yeah,
a?
that's what I'm saying. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say yeah, because I got Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, like the remake, Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8, and I got them for less than $20.
Yeah, I mean, Capcom always has sales all the time on the Mega Man stuff, the
Oh yeah.
the Monster Hunter games and Resident Evil. So it's like, why are you gonna pay for that? And then it's mobile controls. Now you can play it on Mac, but again, who's gonna buy that?
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
I don't like no damn Mac. Give me Windows all the way, folks.
But at least Mac users are still PC users, like
That is true. And it's like, despite of the underwhelming performance, Capcom still will still continue to release Capcom titles for the iOS. So Resident Evil 2 is not the only one that I see coming.
Really? Well, should do better than 7.
Yeah, because they said more titles, which means Capcom is probably planning on releasing, way more than that, than just Resident Evil 2 and 7. So I can.
They're gonna give it the OG. They're gonna give it the OG Resident Evil 4 treatment. Everything.
I think that it's probably gonna end up getting games like Monster Hunter soon. I wouldn't be surprised seeing Monster Hunter and Mega Man games, the ones that weren't pirated on these things. So they did Resident Evil 7 to test the waters. That's basically what that was, just to see how it would perform.
Yeah, I think so.
And it's like Resident Evil 7 to me, like I did the tier list. It's just, to me, it's okay at best for me. And I think a lot of people feel that way. You got a classic like Resident Evil 4 that a lot of people love. Of course, that's gonna sell more.
Yeah. I mean, like I think it brought back the survival horror, but like it introduced a lot of new people to Resident Evil 2 as well, I think. I think that's why it did so well, just for what it is. But like as a Resident Evil game, it's a successful game. We'll say that it's a successful game.
Yeah.
It's just like why it's successful. There's a lot more reasons than it just being a really good Resident Evil game. Like 2. Like 2, you can say 2 is successful because it's a good Resident Evil game.
That is true. I mean, Resident Evil 4 brought them it was the change that the series needed. Like I said before, it's polarizing. But there's only but so much you can do after Code Veronica. Like they've already done the zombie apocalypse stuff. They needed a fresh coat of paint.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 4 came along at the right time.
Yep. Exactly.
And people have a lot of nostalgia for those games, back then. So it's like you can put the original OG Resident Evil, people will pick that up. It doesn't matter how many consoles it is.
No, exactly.
But let's see how Resident Evil 2, I predict that Resident Evil 2 on mobile will do better. It will do better.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it will.
It will do better.
It will. And it's a third person, so it should do better as well.
Yeah, I mean, you would think for a phone or a tablet, like first persons would be the games to go to, that would have the most success on there. But the most success on these things are games like Genshin Impact, RPGs and you know. And I tried it, but my hands are like freaking like oven mitts. I can't play no mobile
Yeah.
games.
No, like all I've ever used my phone for, yeah. Yeah, at least I have baby hands, but I only use my phone like if I want to like if I'm going on a trip or something or whatever, I'll like emulate like a Game Boy and play Pokemon.
Pokemon. Damn, I haven't played that since Blue, 1997.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I'll do. And so it's basically I have a Game Boy in my hand, but like that's fine. That's recreating the experience of the Game Boy. But like I can't recreate the experience of a PC like gaming versus my phone. No.
They're getting close though, because like I said, I'm surprised on how like whenever you get the chance, take a look at it for yourself. Unless you want me to pull a video of what it looks like up here, so that they can see it.
I'm gonna look it up. I'll check it out.
Yeah, because Resident Evil 7 looks really good. It really does.
I guess it's just immersion that I wouldn't be able. I just feel like I wouldn't be able to get immersed into a first-person game on such a tiny screen.
That is true. That is true. Unless you get like one of those controls you can connect to the iOS and play it like, like a Steam Deck. Which wouldn't really be a bad idea. Anyways,
no, it's not bad.
Now, have you heard about the Halo movie not Halo movie, what is it? The Borderlands movie.
Yep. Or no, the Borderlands movie. No. Is there a Borderlands movie?
Yeah, they're coming out with a Borderlands movie, and it's got, actors that people are pissed off about, like Kevin Hart in it.
Really?
Yeah, and it's
my God.
People are already condemning this film.
It looks bad, huh? Oh man.
They're already condemning this film before it even comes out. And
are they?
I don't really know too much about Borderlands because I didn't play it. But,
yeah, I played the first one.
But everybody seems to be hooked on this Kevin Hart playing in the movie.
I don't know. I don't know if I would like that.
Yeah, he's like the resident pick me guy, Let me see.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they have Jack Black as Claptrap.
Oh man, it's bad when Blackjack is in it.
Jack Black's a good actor, but we got Kate Blanchett as Lilith. We got Kevin Hart as Roland, and a lot of people are pissed off about that.
Yeah, this is like these just feel like. That's why I say like, Jack Black's in it because it's just like who's a reliable, funny person? Jack Black.
Yeah.
Like. It's like when you say the pick me, that's like the stock funny dude, Jack Black, like the stock funny girl, like Blanchett, like all right.
Yeah, they got Jamie Lee Curtis as Patricia Tennis, the doctor.
All right, Jamie Lee Curtis is awesome, but that Jamie Lee Curtis is gonna like probably fucking. That's crazy. I liked her.
This is something that screams like, the Monster Hunter movie. Remember when I told you about that? The one with Mila, what's the name? Mila Jovovich or whatever her name.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Anyways.
It's just like, man, it's just a cash grab to me. Like, they're not really going to do anything with this movie. It's just, here's a superstar cast. Here's the name Borderlands.
Yeah.
And you're going to take it.
No, exactly. It's just gonna, yeah, exactly.
And this is gonna bomb, just like the Halo series, because Paramount Plus has canceled its Halo show after 2 seasons.
Yep.
The decision has come after season 2 of the show premiered in February, according to Deadline. Ablin Television, Xbox, and 343 Industries hope to find a partner to continue the series.
It's gone.
It's dead. It's dead.
It's gone.
It's right there with the Resident Evil.
Gone.
Right there with the Resident Evil Netflix special that they had the Netflix show. And
Yep, it's gone. Way too many video game TV shows right now. But they're trying to they're gonna keep trying to like sell it to other like networks though.
yeah,
I think the Halo thing.
watching end up on Pluto TV.
Right. Oh my god.
It's just like video game shows and movies are always hit and miss because you have a lot of
Oh,
people
they are.
you have a lot of people working on these teams who have never played these games before. And
Nope.
they come up with scripts, for characters they don't know what the character is about and then wonder why it fails. And we've lived
Yep.
through this. I've lived through this with Double Dragon. I lived through this with Super Mario Brothers. Lived through this with what's the other one that we had, the Blood Rain movies. I lived through that garbage. I lived through that with Mortal Kombat. I lived through it with Street Fighter.
Yep.
And
So many games.
and it's like, excuse me for being cynical whenever I see a video game franchise or a movie coming out and I automatically call it grade A shit
Oh
before I
yeah,
even see it.
exactly. I immediately do. Like it's never like they're never good. And another thing that I think really sucks is like video games are long and there is a lot there's a lot that goes on in video games. A lot of areas, there's a lot of like plot information that's only seen in cutscenes or only implied. And then they have to put that into like, like a movie or something or a show, and it ends up that you have people just like explaining the plot to you at certain points so that it suddenly makes sense. So like I just like the pacing's always wrong. I just hate that.
Yeah, and it's like a lot of things shouldn't be live action. Like Super Mario Brothers to me should never be a live action movie. Like it's
No,
just too much crap in there to try to
doesn't
follow.
translate.
It doesn't. I mean, a movie like Double Dragon could have worked if they actually knew what Double Dragon was about. And they actually followed the story instead of having, you got two Chinese twin brothers who were separated at birth. One raising the good and one raising the evil. It's kind of easy to follow that.
Yeah, it is. It is. You can't mess it up. You can't mess it up, surely.
But I don't see nobody picking it up. Because if Paramount let them go, that's one of the biggest streaming platforms out there. HBO is not going to pick them up. Peacock is not going to pick them up. Netflix, I don't see Netflix spending money on a dead series like that.
I don't know. When it already didn't do well, no, exactly.
It's like, because when are we going to get our money back? You're not going to get your money back in a series like that. So just cut it and just, move on. Now, I'm going to let you talk about the PlayStation bullshit and they're raising their prices.
Oh, yeah, the PlayStation shit, right. So PlayStation, so this actually goes on everywhere, but yeah, PlayStation raised like its prices again in the store for Turkey. And so here's the thing, like a lot, because of like the exchange rates and stuff, like buying games sucks because of exchange rate. Like the Silent Hill 2 remake is like $100 in my country. It's $100 in my country because of the exchange rate. All right. But then you have countries like Turkey, and people use this for loopholes all the time. Like Turkey's just a really good quick one. Like like if you can get even like a fake visa or whatever, like people do that and they register account saying they live in Turkey, and then they're paying like what they're actually paying in their own currency is like so little compared to Turkey. It's just like abusing the exchange rate, right? But that means that again the company's losing money. So now they have to go and they have to try to adjust prices in the country that people are abusing. So like Turkey, yeah. So what PlayStation has once again done, they once again raised the cost of games in Turkey. But here's the thing, like for me, it's one thing if I in Canada say like, okay, they raised the cost of games, like, oh, games $100, right? Like that's easy for people to kind of be like, oh, okay, that's insane, right? Yeah. But in Turkey, like games are now like what, like 80, $90, like American USD, but their like average salary is only like their average monthly salary, I think it's their monthly salary is what, like $400.
It's
So
ridiculous.
because, yeah, and a huge part of that is people abusing it. Like also just so like they can make money, but like a huge part of that too is people have been like abusing it.
Yeah, I mean they're doing that stuff here. Like every time you turn around, that they're adding $5 more to these games, and it's getting to the point. Remember when PC used to be more expensive to game on? Now PC is getting cheaper than consoles now.
Oh, it's way cheaper. PC is way cheaper. That's the thing people don't understand, right? Is like people will say like, "Oh, PCs are expensive." They're actually not. They're actually not at all, but that's the other part of it is the amount of money that you save. Like console players can spend like $200 on games that I spent like $20 on.
Yeah, and I can see it here. It says this country with a $400 medium salary. What the actual hell? Gaming on PC is
Yep.
much cheaper in comparison. I literally can't afford games on PS5 anymore due to this. So if their games are that damn high, how much are the consoles over there?
Oh, probably insane.
And it's like they're just cheating people. They're just using this as an excuse to raise prices. And it's the same thing with all of these streaming services. Netflix.
Yep.
They're talking about redoing their tiers and having like the top tier be $20-$25 a month.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
And it's like you have people that put together their bills with all the streaming services they have, and it's ridiculously high the amount of money that people pay out a month for this stuff.
Yeah, it's bad.
And it's like they're really trying to screw us because they're raising up the PS Plus, the Game Pass, and then they're forcing you to buy these games. And I'm like, yo, it's gonna get to a point, like I said before, how is this gonna help anybody? They're gonna lose money because we can't afford to buy this stuff. It's gonna be to a point where people are not gonna be able to buy games.
See, and like these services were going to, like get people to stop pirating things, and now it's back to like people are just going to pirate things again.
Yeah, I mean that's why they're targeting these sites. They're trying to get all of these sites shut down so that they can pigeonhole you. They can hold you in a corner and say the only way you're going to be able to play these games is if you buy it directly from us. That's what Nintendo's doing.
Exactly. And then like Nintendo gets rid of things that you can't even buy from them.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm surprised. Like I didn't even think that we still had like physical, like other mom and pop shops, but we have Cybertron down here.
Oh, you do? You have one?
Yeah, so I'm looking at that stuff and I'm like, hell, they got all of the old hardware. I'm like, I might as well go buy that stuff.
Yeah.
Yo, give me a PS2 again and play some Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I still have my PS2 and stuff, so love it.
But the thing is, they got people by the balls because they know you want to play this stuff. They know people want to play these games, so they know people are going to go out and buy it. So we're going to take advantage of this. We're going to screw people, and don't be surprised.
Yep.
In a couple of years, when our games are like free and $90-$100, they're already doing that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Like using Dead by Daylight, for example. In order to get all the DLC in the game, I think it's like $115, $115, $20.
Ooh.
So if you buy
that's quite a bit.
If you buy the gold edition, it's like $100.
Gold edition.
Yeah, with all the DLC and all the released content. I'm like, yeah. While they're making everybody else, the nickel and diamond, everybody else that has to buy these DLC,
Yeah, that's true. Right? Yeah, that's true. And they probably people started buying the DLCs and then they came out with that after, didn't they?
Yeah,
After they cut their profit from yeah.
they came out with the gold edition directly after everybody, and a lot of people were mad about it. They're like, you made us buy
Oh
all of
yeah.
this stuff when we could have just got a gold edition that has everything in it. I'd rather do that than to keep paying $10 here, 15, $20 just
Yeah,
for
me too.
DLC. And I'm like, like, what are these companies doing? But
That's why I wait a lot. Like I usually a lot of games like I wait. Like if I don't want them right off the bat, I'll wait because yeah, in like 2 or 3 years there's gonna be like a bundle version of it.
yeah, that's true. And the thing is, like, how are they able? I have to ask you, Kelsey, like, how are they able to get away with that up there, charging you $100 for a game?
Exchange rate.
But
Canadian dollar is weak.
you would think with the Canadian dollar being weak, that things would be cheaper. You would think,
No, because we have to pay the converted price still. Like I have to pay what it is. Like I have to pay the converted price, U.S. price. So like I'm paying the US price, but I have to pay for it in Canadian dollars. So in Canadian dollars, it comes out to like $100 because the Canadian dollar is like 40 cents. So one Canadian dollar is like 40 cents US.
and I don't know how you're able to afford that. It's dark outside because I know a storm is coming. But
I just don't buy things right off the bat.
yeah, you just wait until it comes down. But then, you know, it's backwards now because it used to be where if you had physical games, you would be able to go to a pawn shop or, GameStop or a
Yeah.
game store, and it would be much cheaper. And PC was always at full price. Now it's backwards.
Oh man, like you could honestly like for a lot of games like you could wait like a month or two and after release and go to game stores and they'd already be there. They'd already be secondhand.
Yeah, and it's like you used to be able to get a game for $15 from the pawn shop, and it's like even the pawn shops
Yeah.
now here at least. I don't know how it
Oh,
works
they're
there,
bad now.
but they're going by what the prices are in the regular stores like Best Buy and GameStop. So if they're selling a game for $60, the pawn shop is gonna do that.
Yep.
But then
Exactly.
but
Exactly.
but then they'll cheat the crap out of you when you trade that same game in there, and they're like, oh, we're only gonna give you 10, $15 for it.
Exactly. And it's like great. And then they'll turn around and sell it for 30.
And it's like Microsoft is doing the same thing with their services. They're raising the prices again with the Xbox Game Pass and all of that stuff. They're trying to compete with Netflix. I'm looking at it right now. They're redoing their tiers. Like I said before, they have a standard tier now.
Yeah.
So they got a basic tier, which is probably gonna have ads that you're gonna have to
Of
deal
course.
with. And then they're gonna have the new standard tier, which is coming. Is coming soon, and it said it will not include day one games, but it will include
Oh, of course.
100 strong back catalog of the EA Access and Xbox Live Gold for multiplayer. So, if you guys are not following me, if you have the standard tier, which is coming out, you will not get access to day one games or day one DLC.
Yeah.
So they use
the GG. Mhm.
So they're using that as an excuse to force you to pay more money for something that we already had. And this is what
Exactly.
this is what I was talking about. I'm like, yo, if people don't say anything about this, they're gonna think that this stuff is okay. And us as the consumer are the ones that are getting screwed out of all this because I'm not paying shit for that. Like I don't even have the PC pass. But you know what scares me though?
No, I don't either.
You know
What?
What scares me though is that with all of these streaming services and buying games digital, what's stopping Steam from coming out with tier lists? like
Oh, I
plans,
know.
plans and stuff that you got to pay for in order to get games and stuff. Like, what's
We'll
stop?
see, I guess.
Because
Probably just because they have a whole monopoly in PC. It's probably it, because they have a way more. So, like, thankfully so far, they just, like, they have way more revenue. Think about how many games they get a cut of.
that is true. That is true. Because I mean, they might follow the way of everybody else. Well, hey, you know, Nintendo's doing it. Microsoft is doing it. PlayStation is doing it. We should do it too. And then they'll be having these
You never know.
gold plans and standard plans and basic plans. And they're saying that the price for the standard tier is $20 American.
Oh, God.
So
Hell no.
if you're an Xbox fan and you really want this services, you can pay $20 a month, which means the higher tiers are probably going to be in the $30 range.
No thanks.
Now, at least with Nintendo, it's $25 a year. $25 a year. These guys want you to pay monthly for this stuff. And, you know, I got to say, it's like, yo, Microsoft, you can kiss my surprisingly firm ass if you think I'm going to pay that kind of money for that damn... Nah, I don't think so, man. If they're going to be cheating like that, and you know they're going to include that with that bundle we were talking about with Amazon.
Yeah, exactly, but still.
And they'll probably get in on the Google Chromecast as well, too. They'll probably bundle Xbox controllers and the Roku television and Apple television.
Oh, yeah, I'll be on everything.
You know, just, damn, man. It's like, can we catch a break already? Food already costs a ridiculous amount of money. Gas is high here.
Ooh, food. Getting hungry.
Yeah. I was born hungry, lady.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely got to get some food. How's the Bunny King over there?
Oh, he's doing well. He'll need his dinner soon, too.
Hopping around. Yes. But like I said, I am happy that that everything is much better for you. Yeah.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you.
You were able to come back and give us that full energy, Kelsey, that we're all used to.
I'm back, yes. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate you being patient with me. Thank you. Oh,
definitely. Because like I said before, I'm your friend first before we're co-hosts. And I care more about your well-being.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. It means a lot, Ken.
Definitely. Thank you to everyone that showed up today and showed us that support. We will be back in 2 weeks with episode 10.
Yes, we will.
Of the Hot Takez
episode
podcast.
10.
Yes, episode 10. And if you guys want to find us, I will have this up on the other streaming platforms within the hour while I'm cooking spaghetti because I've been craving that all week.
Ooh, spaghetti sounds good.
Yeah, definitely. But you can find us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Samsung Podcast, Pandora, Podchaser, Spreaker, Amazon Music, YouTube, and Twitch. And when that legendary battle is over with Apple Podcasts, we will be on there too. Eventually.
Yes. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you to everybody that showed up. You guys have a great day, and I will see you next time.
I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Later.